Welcome to EDU World Space.
First, we want to graph the parent function, which I will do in black, which would just be the tangent of x. The tangent of x, it goes through 0, 0, and then other critical points on tangent, it has the it has the period of pi, so pi over 2 is an asymptote, which pi over 2 is about like 1.6, and this isn't a very convenient graph. Pi over 4 is 1. That's on the parent. So pi over 4 is about, a little over 3/4. So it's not a very favorable graph, by the way. So you'd have an asymptote here. And so it doesn't get muddled with the graph that you actually have to plot. Let's see, I'm going to say this is 1.5. Half of that. It's going to look like this. Something like that. And then it's going to repeat every pi over 2. I don't know if you're able to change the domain at all, because it would be very helpful if they were in terms of pi. The midline what's happening here is this is the negative. So there's 3 things happening. It's going to be reflected vertically over the x-axis, shifted to the left pi over 4, and then down 2. So let's take the point 0, 0. If we reflect it vertically, nothing happens. Then we go left pi over 4, which, again is about a little over 3/4, and then down 2. So a little over 3/4, -2. Okay, and then the point pi over 4, 1. Is going to be flipped over to pi over 4, -1, and then shifted over pi over 4, which is going to be 0, and then down 2, takes you to 0, -3. That's a major point on this function here, 0, -3. And then the point negative pi over 4, -1 will get flipped over to negative pi over 4, +1, shifted to left pi over 4, and then down 2. So it's going to look going to hug really close to the axis. Everything's shifted just a little bit over. I'm going to just make note of the things that are going to happen if you're doing this by hand. You got to reflect the points from the original function over the x-axis. Then you have to go left pi over 4 units, and then down 2. and then this will just repeat. So there'll be an asymptote here. That asymptote will be at pi over 4, and then you'll every pi units. So another 3 units from that. There'll be another one that you'll just try to fit in here. And that'll just get repeated over and over.